Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, not excuses.
Still warm to hot and very humid today. We have heat advisories, but locally out east. Into areas, the Panhandle, heat index value near 100 degrees, so still take precautions because of the heat, as we're stacking up to major heat risks out there. So if you're out and about for your Friday, be sure to plan accordingly for all the heat and humidity that's still going on. Had a high at 90 and a low at 70 yesterday in Charleston. Some areas of the state may be waking up near a daily warm record low. And here comes our cold front now, working into our hot and humid air mass. We have stacking a marginal to slight risk of severe weather. Find your spot on the map. Dark greens where isolated severe weather is possible, scattered in the yellow, mainly for damaging winds. Some large hail can't be ruled out as well. And so that potential of some locally heavy to excessive rain. We do have a marginal risk of excessive rain for much of the state. This is for local, again, this time, of some flash flood potential. At 7 a.m., should be waking up dry for most or all of us. Then showers will be possible in the morning out west, and then more likely as the day goes on. It's the afternoon and evening will be most favored for some of that very heavy rain locally, and the strong to severe thunderstorms. Fly Saver forecast, it starts at home. Again, a lot of spots active and unsettled with heat and showers and storms as well. Washington, D.C. near 95, Charlotte near 98 today. From Panhandle to Panhandle, low to mid-80s this time to the north. Showers and storms likely. To the east, again, heat advisories for the Panhandle. Highs low to mid-90s, but again, we'll feel hotter with that heat index, upper 70s up in the high elevations. To the east to west here, again, 90s to the east and mid-80s to the west. Rain and storms likely, and to the south, we'll watch for showers and storms as well. Less humidity tomorrow, but still warm 88, then showers and storms likely on Sunday with a high near 86 degrees, 70s next week.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
Made it to a Friday. It's Metro News Talkline on the road at Marshall University, and we have a lot of baseball to get to today. Metro News Talkline is underway.
Do not attempt to change the station. You are surrounded. We interrupt this program to bring you an emergency news bulletin. Repeat, this is an emergency bulletin. Keep your radio turned on.
From the studios of WRVC Media and the Metro News Radio and Television Network, the voice of West Virginia, comes the most powerful show in West Virginia. This is Metro News Talkline with Dave Wilson and TJ Meadows.
Check set lineup link. Activated Telos telephone. Switch network control from Charleston to Morgantown.
Stand by. Q Dave and TJ. You're on. Metro News Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Good morning. We are in the Encova Insurance Studios on the road on the campus of Marshall University this week. We're in the Communications Building in the School of Journalism, Mass Communications here at Marshall. Dave and TJ with you. Got a whole crew helping us out today. Ethan Collins handles the radio side of things if you're listening in on our great radio affiliates across the state. Sophia Wasik is on the phones. We've got Jake Link back at the control room in Morgantown on the video stream if you're watching on the Metro News TV app, Facebook Live, and YouTube. And our man in charge of everything technical here on site at Marshall, Mike Stanley, the operations manager at WMUL, is helping us out. He's been helping us out all week. Mentioned baseball. We got a lot of baseball to get to. Mountaineers taking on Troy today at the College World Series. We got the high school baseball state semifinals, AAA and Quad A happening today. We'll also visit with Chris Stirewalt. We'll probably talk a little baseball with Stirewalt when he joins us coming up in the second hour this morning. Morning, TJ.
Morning. I got to ask Stirewalt if he got in on the IPO for SpaceX.
I was wondering if you were getting in on that.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't buy single stocks. You know that.
I don't know what you do.
I'll get it through my index funds. You know what is interesting about that? Not to get off of it, but you brought it up, so I'll go there. Usually index funds
That
wait.
was my fault.
They wait. SpaceX, you'll get that today. That's new.
Mm-hmm.
So an index fund investor is going to get part of this IPO of SpaceX today. So it's kind of cool if you follow that.
I just figured you picked up the phone, called Elon, and said, "Hey, bud, dude, let's do this, man. Let's go in 50-50."
I like the company. I I don't do single stocks. I'm too risk averse, David. You know me.
I know you're risk averse.
Risk averse.
So coming up, we will talk to Chris Stirewalt, second hour of the program. Also going to join us is Paul Swann. He is the program director for WRVC, our local affiliate here in Huntington. Also, he was honored by the Associated Press earlier this year. But first, we head to Omaha. Game day has finally arrived. Mountaineers taking on Troy this afternoon. 2 o'clock first pitch from Charles Schwab Field. Still doesn't have the same ring as Rosenblatt Stadium. Either way, it's Omaha. It's the College World Series. Brad Howe is in Omaha. He joins us on MetroNews Talkline. Morning, Brad.
Good morning, boys. How are we today?
We're doing well, but probably not as good as you this morning. How are things in Omaha?
Well, just beautiful. What a day it is right now. Not a cloud in the sky. Going to be about 80 degrees at first pitch, and we're actually en route right now to a Mountaineer Athletic Club event to see a bunch of other Mountaineers and get fired up, and then the walk over to Charles Schwab Field, and then a historic day for these Mountaineers as they take the field at the College World Series for the very first time.
Well, first of all, who's driving, or did you Uber?
We're Ubering right now.
All right. That's probably a good decision.
Free plug for Uber there.
Well, I just want to make sure Kercheval wasn't driving. That concerns me.
We have separated from him. He is in a separate vehicle.
Oh.
Security reasons, we've separated the group.
Security reasons.
Well, Brad, what has it been like the last couple of days? What has the team been doing? What's the atmosphere been like out in Omaha?
Yeah, yesterday, Dave, started to make it feel pretty real as it was the open practice at Charles Schwab Field. So when you walked out there and saw the team taking batting practice and infield, and you saw the flying WV logo all over the video boards inside Charles Schwab Field, now it started to be like, all right, now the Mountaineers have arrived at the College World Series. You could see it start to pick up as well. And guys, as we're at the stoplight here, I'm looking to my left at the team hotel. They're getting ready to board their bus. There's a group of Mountaineer fans that have assembled to send them off. So you can tell that the Mountaineers are here in Omaha, and it's really starting to fill up now.
Talk to us about this Troy team that WVU will face today. Give us the 1, 2, 3 on your list, what WVU needs to be prepared for as they go into this contest.
Yeah, TJ, you don't get here without being a really good baseball team, and Troy is no exception. They've played at a really hard schedule, difficult schedule, so they're going to come in here and not be overwhelmed by the opponent. They've matched up with, this will be now the third team in this College World Series field that they've played on the season. So they're coming in here to win this thing as well. They're a team that doesn't strike out a lot, so they'll put the ball in play. So one of the keys for West Virginia, as it has been all year, is field cleanly and make the plays. You're the best fielding team by percentage in this field, the seventh best in the country. So that's number one. Number two, it's starting pitching, and that is what has led West Virginia to this point. The starting pitching has been elite, one of the best ERAs in the country, and of course in this field. So start with that. It's going to be pitching and defense for this team. And then on the offensive side, you've got to put the ball in play and get on bases. This is a big stadium, not just in terms of seating, but in terms of the outfield. It's massive. And I think that might play into West Virginia's hands, or maybe I'm hoping that it will. This is not a West Virginia team that relies on the home run to get wins, as other teams do. And if you rely just on home runs, that can get tough here in this giant field at Charles Schwab Field. When you're a West Virginia that puts the ball in play and wants to run and wants to gap, West Virginia's a great double team. How many of those doubles, guys, turn into triples, and that changes the equation significantly. So pitching, defense, get guys on base so you can start the small ball running and movement. And if you catch a 3-run homer here or there, so be it. That would be great as well.
Brad Howe joining us from Omaha. Brad, how has Steve Saban's approached the last couple of days, embracing what it is to be in Omaha, but also keeping the guys focused and understanding there's also business to take care of?
Yeah, really remarkable, guys. And we spent some time on Three Guys yesterday on a new episode, and then also on Sportsline last night talking about Steve. For a second-year head coach, the guy carries himself as if he's a 20-year veteran. And the culture they have created, and I'm going to sound coach-speaky here, and I realize that, but it's wild that this is how they live it. And you can see that with the guys. I joked last night with Kercheval. I said, I wouldn't be able to play today. I am so geeked up and giddy and excited to be here. I would be overwhelmed by them. I might be overwhelmed by the moment now. These guys did not seem that way yesterday as players. It was the same Brody Kresser, the same Gavin Kelly, the same Tyrus Hall that we have seen all season. They're focused. They're ready to go. They're appreciative of being here. They understand the moment and the opportunity. But this is let's go out and play baseball. And that comes from Steve Sabins and talking it through all season long. This is going to be no different in terms of a baseball approach. So I've said this, guys, West Virginia may lose the game, but it's not going to be because they're overwhelmed by the moment or the atmosphere that's around here.
I'm always curious about the odds, and if I recall, a couple times in Omaha before, I think it's Council Bluffs right across the border there. It's almost like a mini Vegas over there. A lot of casinos. What's the line look like today?
Yeah, that's a good question, TJ. Now, I have not looked this morning, but the last time I looked, West Virginia was about a $2 favorite to win this thing. But listen, this is going to be a challenge. Troy's a heck of a baseball team, so this is going to be a good game. It's two teams looking for their first win at the College World Series. So a lot at stake and a lot on the line for both of these teams.
Had you ever been to Omaha for the College World Series before?
Yeah, so I grew up not far from here, about 90 minutes in Des Moines, Iowa. And I often said, guys, I don't have a lot of sports regrets, but a big sports regret of mine is when you're younger, an hour-and-a-half drive feels like 5 days. So I only did it twice. I came in 1984, watched Oklahoma State and the great Pete Incaviglia, who had 48 home runs the year after I saw him play in a college baseball season. And then I was back somewhere in that 91, 92, 93 era. It was so long ago, I can't even remember when it was. So I've only been here twice. And again, it just makes me crazy because now in West Virginia, I'll drive an hour and a half to get a coffee or lunch. And back then, I just didn't make the trip. So I have not been here in a very long time, but I can vividly remember watching this, every moment of this on TV from the time I was little up until this year when we arrived, because it was one of those times, guys, if you're of a certain age like me, there just weren't college sports on TV very often. And college baseball was never on. So when this event came on TV on ESPN, me and my friends, we hung on every pitch, watched this. I can remember Greg Swindell and Roger Clemens at Texas. Wichita State was the power back in the 80s. They went to 7 College World Series. Had a chance yesterday in the hallway to run into legendary coach Gene Stevenson from Wichita State. I told him just that. I said, Coach, when I think of the College World Series, I think of Gene Stevenson in a Wichita State uniform out on that field. So it was neat to see him. And how about this, guys? I'll give you a quick story. He saw the Flying WV logo on my shirt, and he started talking about Steve Sabins and Chanson Cole and Gavin Kelly, who were at the press conference. And he teared up, guys. He teared up, and he said, that made me emotional watching that press conference and hearing that coach speak. I've never heard him before. He said, that guy gets it, understands it. Those players are in lockstep. He said, just listening to that, this is a team that can go win this. That team is locked in and dialed in. I thought, man, that's pretty high praise coming from an outsider, one of the all-time greats. That's not us with gold and blue glasses on saying that. That's one of the legends of this game.
Brad, I was going to ask you if Omaha has lived up to expectations, but I can hear it in your voice. It sounds like it has exceeded expectations. The games haven't even started yet, Brad.
Well, Dave, you picked up on that quickly. I figured this would be an awesome event and fun to be back here. It has exceeded. There's a reason it's been in Omaha this long. As we walk the streets and go to grab coffee in the morning, Omaha residents, all of them, walk by, go Mountaineers, good luck, glad you're here, welcome to Omaha. This is something you can tell they take immense pride in. The city looks great. It's vibrant. There's people from all fan bases here. But again, heavy Mountaineer contingent. But yes, Dave, you're right. Having not even walked into game day yet, which we'll do in a couple hours, this has exceeded expectations.
It's outstanding. Give us a quick rundown. Of course, the game today, first pitch 2 o'clock. How will 3 guys be covering post-game? Are we on Sportsline from Omaha again tonight? What's on tap?
Yeah, thanks, TJ. All of that. So yesterday we did a second 3 guys for the week, and it was really fun. We sat down with Jed Jerko and really got some neat stuff out of him on what it has meant for him to be back with the program. And I talked to him at practice yesterday, and I said, man, you've done some really cool things. You played at the highest level. You've been everywhere in this country playing professional baseball. I said, but you haven't done this. What is this like? And he, big, giant smile, and he said, you're right. I've done everything you can do. He said, this is way up my list. This is awesome, and these guys are going to remember it for the rest of their lives. So we sat down with Jed for a while. We also rolled in the 2 radio guys, Andrew Caridi and Jake Weghorst, to talk specifically about Troy. So a great preview that's out there now if you want to listen to it. coming up today, as soon as this game ends, we're going to run back to our headquarters here at the Let It Fly Bar and Restaurant. We're going to record Sportsline, or do Sportsline tonight, 6:06 to 7 Eastern, and then immediately after that, we'll do a post-game wrap-up of 3 guys that we'll ship out this evening. So got you covered from here in Omaha.
He is Brad Howe. Of course, he's one of the 3 guys out in Omaha this week for the College World Series. Brad, I would tell you to enjoy it, but that would be an understatement, so enjoy it, buddy. Have fun.
Thank you, fellas. I appreciate it. Good to talk to you.
Thank you, Brad. This Metro News update from Omaha brought to you by Jarrett Construction. Right on time, right on budget. Call on Jarrett Construction. Coming up, we'll get to some text, 304 Talk 304. A little bit later on, Chris Stirewalt will join us. It's been a couple of weeks since we checked in with Stirewalt. He will join us at the top of next hour. We'll also get another update from Omaha with Greg Carey in the 11 o'clock hour. 800-765-TALK is the phone number, 800-765-8255. You can text the show at 304-TALK-304. This is Talkline from the Cove Insurance Studios on the road on the campus of Marshall University. Back in a moment.
As West Virginia takes their shot at glory in Omaha and captures the nation's attention, West Virginia businesses are building for the future. When it's time for a new medical facility, hospital expansion, historic renovation, auto dealership, apartment complex, sports complex, or church addition, trust the team that's been helping build West Virginia for more than 25 years. Jarrett Construction delivers design build, construction management, and general contracting services throughout the state of West Virginia. Visit jarrett-construction.com today. WV030133.
Right now, America is hungry for energy, more power, more reliability, and more security. So here's a question worth asking. Why not coal? And why not now? West Virginia sits on one of the most abundant energy resources in the world. Generations of miners, proven infrastructure, and coal-fired power plants already delivering dependable, around-the-clock electricity. At a time when demand is surging and reliability matters more than ever, coal isn't a question mark, it's a solution. Today, there's robust support in West Virginia and Washington to strengthen American energy independence using the resources we already have. So again, we ask, why not coal? And why not now? Because when it comes to powering our homes, our hospitals, our economy, and new opportunities, West Virginia Coal is ready. A message from the Friends of Coal, powering America today and tomorrow.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
On the next State of Minds.
There's this big power plant that looks like it's going right on top of Davis. And I think everyone was asking the same question, why? We have a rural character, outdoor character, wild character of our county. And we would be kind of putting in this utilities size industrial landscape. And I think it would change the character of our county.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Couple of texts here, 304 Talk 304. Oh, I apologize. I should ask Brad. Is McAfee there? I have no idea. Wouldn't be surprised if he is. Is he?
That's what they were plugging today. Yeah.
Oh.
Doing his show there, I thought.
Well, you know, I'm neck deep in high school baseball, so if it hasn't happened at Jack Cook Field afternoon, I probably missed it. So cool.
Well, you've been a little busy. I think that's understandable.
Things going on. Heard Tony say this morning there are about 3,000 Mountaineer fans there for a school that only got 200 tickets. That should tell the NCAA a lot about what this team means to the state. Mountaineer fans figure out a way. Just because the allotment is a certain number, they'll figure out a way to get there. Whether they get in the stadium or not, who knows, but they will get there.
Shame on me. I did not look on the secondary market what tickets are going for. I'll try to do that at the break.
I did not either. And who was I talking to? I've talked to a couple of people who have been out there. Again, at any given time, the stadium's full, but only maybe a quarter of the stadium has a rooting interest in the two teams that are playing. And fans will go. It's family traditions. It's kind of like, tickets get passed down, et cetera, but they'll adopt a team, and, just saying. This one, there are a lot of things to like about Sabins. There's a lot of things to like about this team, a lot of things to like about the story coming from Hollyfield to playing at Omaha over the course of the last decade. I'm just saying a lot of things to like if you are don't have a rooting interest.
So, Mr. Sports, let me ask you this.
All right.
Because I think this game today, could it kind of be a battle, this game between WVU and Troy for who gets to be the darling? Because there's kind of a lot of things to like about Troy, too, if you're just a neutral fan in Omaha.
There's something to be said for that.
Okay.
You latch on to the winner. Yeah, there's something to be said for that.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
304 Talk 304, the text line. We will check in with Greg Carey in the second hour from Omaha, get an update on, I think they have some press availability coming up around 11 o'clock our time. So we'll check in with Greg after that. In fact, we're going to take the rare step of interrupting steam release for that. I think we've only done that one time in the show's history, and that was for like the vice president or something. So I might be making that up. But anyway.
So you're telling me Greg Carey's up there with the vice president?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good to know.
He'll join us coming up from Omaha. Over at WVMetroNews.com this morning, Mr. Meadows has penned a commentary and weighs in on Marl and the PSC and the state legislature. Grammatically incorrect sentence, but nonetheless. And we kind of touched on this a little bit in the show yesterday, but you wrote about it at length this morning at the website.
And hit the website because it is lengthy, and I apologize for that, but this is a complex matter, and it takes a little bit of understanding. I focused in on State Senator Chris Rose, and the reason I did that, not only is he a state senator, he is the chair of the Senate Energy Committee. So this is a guy with some stroke, when it comes to the politics of energy and policy in the state of West Virginia. Rose wrote on his X, he contended that Marl has no economic benefit to West Virginia whatsoever, period. No benefit at all. He then went on to say that he is for coal-fired generation. I think we all know that. He's for natural gas, new power plants, etc. I would assume he backs Governor Morrissey's 50 by 50 plan. Because, again, that's an avenue for more coal, an avenue for more gas in the state. So I think it's safe to assume that he would be in favor of those. Here's the problem. His entire argument misunderstands how a regional electric grid works. We've talked about PJM being part of a regional grid. That gives us greater reliability. It gives us access to the lowest cost energy possible. We've talked about that on this show. But, Dave, we are a net exporter of energy in West Virginia. I was looking yesterday, 12 noon after we got off the show, this state was exporting 3,000 megawatts to other PJM states of capacity. Those profits come back to ratepayers here in this state and keep their bills lower than they would otherwise be. The entire premise of the 50-50 plan is to build more generation and be able to ship megawatts out to where load centers are. I understand the contention that this line doesn't connect to anything in West Virginia. However, it will alleviate congestion in Northern Virginia. There's no debate about that. And what that does, it opens up other power plants here in the Mountain State that can't get their product to market because of that congestion. It alleviates congestion on the entire grid and allows that product to then be shipped out, allows West Virginia to be able to export more energy. The premise of what I'm saying is this. If you don't want to be in a integrated electrical grid, fine. Get out of PJM. Be like Texas. We'll have it here, but you're not going to be able to export anything. And there's a cost to that. I am not discounting the issues with people's land, making sure they're properly compensated. I understand that much of this land has been in families for many years. That needs to be negotiated, and they should get one heck of a deal for it if they end up letting it go. But what I am saying is you can't have all the benefits and not have any of the downsides. And I think that's a part of this story that's missing from this sometimes largely emotional debate that we're having.
I don't disagree with anything. I just believe that where many, and this is not just Chris Rose, this was bipartisan. I mean, there's a picture of Republicans and Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Chris Rose is standing next to Anitra Hamilton, the Democrat in the House of Delegates from Montague County in this photo.
Fair.
So it's bipartisan, number one. Number two, I think you're right, except for I think the downsides outweigh the benefits with the Morrow Project. And I think a lot of people feel that way because Virginia's created an atmosphere where you can't build a power plant to supply to fix their problems. So they're going to have to pull power from Pennsylvania. And what do we get? Right-of-ways. We get a big right-of-way cut through 4 counties on the way there. I just don't see, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. Yes, there are benefits, but you're talking about these macro-level benefits. And what do we get? We get a right-of-way through the state. Got to take a break. Back in a moment. Talkline from Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. It is 10:30. Let's get a news update from the Metro News Radio Network. Find out what's happening across the great state of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, not excuses.
Still warm to hot and very humid today. We have heat advisories, but locally out east. Into areas, the Panhandle, heat index value near 100 degrees, so still take precautions because of the heat, as we're stacking up to major heat risks out there. So if you're out and about for your Friday, be sure to plan accordingly for all the heat and humidity that's still going on. Had a high at 90 and a low at 70 yesterday in Charleston. Some areas of the state may be waking up near a daily warm record low. And here comes our cold front now, working into our hot and humid air mass. We have stacking a marginal to slight risk of severe weather. Find your spot on the map. Dark greens where isolated severe weather is possible, scattered in the yellow. Mainly for damaging winds. Some large hail can't be ruled out as well. And so that potential of some locally heavy to excessive rain. We do have a marginal risk of excessive rain for much of the state. This is for local, again, this time, of some flash flood potential. At 7 a.m., should be waking up dry for most or all of us. Then showers will be possible in the morning out west. And then more likely as the day goes on. It's the afternoon and evening will be most favored for some of that very heavy rain locally. And the strong to severe thunderstorms. Fly Survey forecast, it starts at home. Again, a lot of spots active and unsettled with heat and showers and storms as well. Washington, D.C. near 95. Charlotte near 98 today. From Panhandle to Panhandle, low to mid-80s this time to the north. Showers and storms likely. To the east, again, heat advisories for the Panhandle. Highs low to mid-90s, but again, we'll feel hotter with that heat index. Upper 70s up in the high elevations. To the east to west here, again, 90s to the east. And mid-80s to the west, rain and storms likely, and to the south we'll watch for showers and storms as well. Less humidity tomorrow, but still warm 88, then showers and storms likely on Sunday with a high near 86 degrees, 70s next week.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
The 2026 High School Baseball State Championship. 4 classes, 4 champions, 1 unforgettable day. From first pitch to final out, the 2026 West Virginia High School Baseball State Championship, presented by Toyota, Saturday, June 13th. Watch live on Metro News Television, Facebook, and YouTube. Available on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs.
MetroNews Talkline continues. We're in the Encova Insurance Studios on the road on the campus of Marshall University all week. The Marshall Journalism School, Mass Communications, they have been very gracious hosts, allowing us to use the facilities while covering the high school baseball state tournament. By the way, Class AAA semifinals are underway. Top of the third, Ripley has plated 3 runs, and the Vikings lead Bridgeport 3-0. Top of the third inning, Class AAA semifinals. AAA this morning, 4A tonight, and then we will have the 4 championship games tomorrow. Exclusive radio coverage across the MetroNews Radio Network. We'll also have live video streaming coverage on the MetroNews TV app. Oh, and guess what, TJ?
What's that, buddy?
It's free. Don't have to pay for it. No subscription.
I've heard something about this.
All of those games. Have you? Where did you hear that by chance?
I hear from you. I hear from others.
Yeah, so that'll be coming up tomorrow on the MetroNews TV app.
It's a good news story.
Yes, absolutely. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program has been a huge success. High school juniors from all over the state have applied, and we're down to the 15 finalists. Now we need your help. Please go to WVMetroNews.com. Vote for your favorite finalist by casting your vote. You can help determine who will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan. That includes room, board, tuition, and fees. Just log on at WVMetroNews.com. Click the Vote Now button to cast your vote. You have until midnight, June 14th, to help us change the life of a West Virginia student and their family forever. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program is supported by Greer Industries, the West Virginia Hospital Association, ZMM Architects and Engineers, the West Virginia Farm Bureau, Friends of Coal, and, of course, Metro News. We will be on the campus of Wesleyan Wednesday for the annual luncheon where they will name the winner of the 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program. All right, 304-TALK, 304 is the text line, 800-765-8255, the phone number. Paul Swann is a lifelong radio veteran, not to age him at all. He was also the 2026 West Virginia Lifetime Achievement Award recipient from the Associated Press this year. 37 years in radio. He is the host of The Drive, which you can hear each weekday evening on Metro News affiliate WRVC here in Huntington. And joining us on set this morning, Paul Swann. Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for stopping by.
TJ, good to see you finally.
Good to see you, Paul. Yeah.
TJ and I have texted before. Never got a chance to meet him in person. So
sorry you had to endure this.
I'm sorry. Yeah, no. And he's free as well, I've heard.
Yeah.
Wow. A lot of places we could go with that.
You read into that what you want.
It's been hilarious just to listen to you. By the way, we've been carrying all the games.
Yeah.
So it's been a blast to hear, Fred, you, everyone in Metro News, just all the in-jokes. It feels like it's been fun. And, so that's exciting for us to be able to carry the state baseball tournament for free on the air for all the listeners coming in Huntington.
But isn't that what a baseball call should be? It should be the action, but then you break away and you're telling a story the entire time. It should be both, right? I mean, that's what baseball calling should be.
I'll give you a compliment. We have, I'm not going to name his name, but he's a disc jockey who has worked in radio much longer than all of us. Mm. And he's like, who's calling the game? Oh, that's Dave Wilson. And, I think it was maybe Fred the second. And he's like, they sound way better than the Pirates. They're engaging. They're enjoyable. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's what Dave does.
Well, Paul, you grew up, I would assume very similar to me, listening to the Reds. I know you did, TJ. Listen to the Reds on radio, Marty and Joe. There is something about baseball on radio that you can't replicate with any of the other sports. It's just, it's like your buddy is sitting there, they're at the game, and you develop this relationship with the radio announcer, in baseball especially, that just can't be replicated. It's different. Baseball and radio, it was made for radio in some ways.
Yeah, exactly. It's the radio sport because you're telling the story. You're the eyes and ears. You're there. You smell the popcorn. You hear, the sights and sounds of the game. Football's on a grid, so that's a TV sport. And baseball is just, you don't listen necessarily for the game. I mean, I'm listening to high school baseball for teams I don't know that much about, and I'm listening for the game, not because I'm following one of those specific teams, but just the fact it's baseball and radio.
So what does this tournament mean to Huntington? We've talked a little bit about that this week, but from your perspective.
I think it's tremendous that it gives Huntington a new avenue to open up the doors, welcome people in, show a lot of people maybe who haven't come here for the first time or not that familiar with Huntington that, hey, what you've heard, not necessarily true about Huntington. It gets to showcase Marshall University as well. The facilities are fantastic. It's pristine. It's a baseball experience that I don't think these kids are going to get anytime soon. I know Go Mart Ballpark did a fantastic job, but this is a Division I baseball park. You get that experience. I think Huntington offers a lot more. I mean, so far so good. I've heard a lot of positive things about it. And for Marshall University, this is amazing. They get to recruit all these people. Come to Marshall. Hey, here's what Huntington's about. Maybe you want to come to school here, and it gets to showcase the city as well to the state, which I think is very beneficial.
Heard from several people who were, go down 3rd Avenue, 5th Avenue, had no idea what was downtown. They think downtown. Well, there's a lot of restaurants. There's a lot of things to do. Yeah, you've just never been here. I get it. So opening up the city, dispelling some of the things, some of the negative attention over the last decade or so, I think it's been great. I think it's been a great experience for everyone involved.
I appreciate the fact that Huntington's been able to open the door. And because it wasn't just a Marshall effort, it was a city of Huntington effort as well.
CVB was involved?
Yeah, everyone's involved wanting to open up the doors. And I think you've got a great response because we've had a lot of local teams from our area. We've had a lot of teams, from elsewhere. And I think the experience has just been tremendous. The tournament's been well run. It's been smooth sailing. The weather has been almost perfect.
Just one day.
Just one day. And I think Fred was talking about, hey, we were delayed 5 minutes a couple of nights ago. And the other day we were delayed, 45, 50 minutes on one
About
game.
an hour, yeah.
Other than that, it's been perfect weather. So we dialed up Chamber of Commerce weather for this tournament.
Outside of the tournament, what's hot in Huntington right now? What are people talking about?
I think it's going to be Marshall football.
Okay.
Yeah, you got Coach Gibson, getting ready again. So it's a fresh start. A lot of expectations there for him, obviously. You want to challenge for the Sun Belt Conference title at all times, and that's an expectation here at Marshall. You can ask Dave that. I'm sure he can back me up on that. It's championship or bust. So I think once we get past baseball, football is going to be definitely the big thing sports-wise. Basketball has really picked up. With the WNIT run, that really helped the women's program. Coach Jackson was so close to winning a Sun Belt Conference championship in the regular season. And I think the expectations are that the things that are happening at Marshall University from an athletic department standpoint are trending up. And that's exciting to me.
Let's talk about you. Paul Swann's joining us. He's from WRVC Radio here in Huntington, our local Metro News affiliate here in Huntington. Lifetime Achievement Award from the Associated Press. Look, none of us ever get into this business to win awards or, because if you're doing that, you're in it for the wrong reasons. So
yeah.
When you got the call, because they have to do some things ahead of time, and they tell you, don't tell anybody. But when you got that call and you found out you were receiving this honor, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
It was actually not a phone call.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they do like the Hall of Fame? You were in a hotel room and they come knock on the door? Or so how did you find out?
I'm at a Marshall game.
Really?
And Dr. Charles G. Bailey walks up.
Who we all had here at Marshall.
Yeah.
Anybody who went to Marshall and worked in radio has gone through his classes.
He's like, congratulations. Don't tell anybody because they have to make the phone call.
The worst.
So I had to keep that from so many coworkers. The day that I traveled, there are so many coworkers like, where's Paul? What's going on? Where's he at? His car's here. He's not here. They're freaking out because I'm at the office, and there are a couple people back in the office just giggling and smiling because they know where I'm at. And then Saturday, when I accept, that's when everybody got to find out. And it was crazy. I got a text from a few people. You didn't tell me. Why not? So that was fun. But it's – I'm still speechless about it because I was very emotional. It was in Harrisonburg, so I'm in the heart of JMU country.
That's tough.
It's okay. I gave him a go herd at the end. And I followed the gentleman who won the Virginia equivalent of their award for community, and his was about men's health, and I'm not going to repeat his speech exactly, but I encourage everyone to get that test as well. And so I had to follow him, and I'm very nervous and just overwhelmed because they had to show a video. And our business manager, Josh Daniels, who also went to Marshall through the program, put together this career highlight video of me, and it was very overwhelming. And so I get up on stage very nervous, and then at the very end I'm like, and oh, by the way, since I'm here in Harrisonburg, go Herd. And I got a huge round of applause for that, especially from the Marshall table. So, I did end off, on the right note, make you proud.
How did you end up choosing this career path?
I thought I was going to TV, to be honest. Didn't we all? I thought we were going to.
Oh, I never thought I was going to be on TV, but here we are.
Well, here
Paul.
you are. Yeah, here you are. I took the broadcasting classes at Huntington High School, and I came over here, and then
Old Huntington High,
the Pony Express, the real Huntington High. That's going to get me in trouble a little bit, but and that's where I met Dr. Bailey, who was the faculty advisor, and I started there, and I was thinking, okay, I'm going to get my start here in Huntington, and I'm going to hopefully find a different job elsewhere and go somewhere else and maybe do all these things. But how do you leave West Virginia? It's home. And you can do almost everything you want here in the state of West Virginia. I mean, you don't have to go to L.A. You don't have to go to major markets. You can do great radio, great things here in the state of West Virginia. I mean, you don't have to leave.
You ever think about the road not taken?
Yeah, a little bit. But
what would that road look like?
Probably in a larger market. Not too large, though. Maybe Cincinnati.
Or like the non-radio road.
The non-radio road. That would have been interesting. I don't know if I really had that thought out that far, because I was dead set on broadcasting radio.
Good for you.
And from high school on, I was like, oh, I want to do this. Part of that was when I would listen to the radio, I would listen to Ernie G. Anderson, who he was a DJ on WKEE. And I met Ernie, before I was out of high school. I met him being junior high. And, you could call him up and talk. You could actually call and talk to the DJ back in the day. And so he would talk to me, give me advice, encourage me. And so, I would listen to the radio because it was so captivating. I mean, you would listen to the ball games. You'd listen to, Marty Brenneman on the radio. You would listen to the guys and girls that were doing what we're doing now. It's just so captivating and so exciting. It's like, hey, I want to do that. Just the ability to speak, to talk to somebody, to connect with somebody. Because honestly, we're not talking to the masses. We're talking to the listener. And that's one person. Mm-hmm. That's an individual. So we're trying to connect on an individual basis.
Paul Swann joining us, WRVC Radio here in Huntington. As a matter of fact, not to age you, Paul, I interned for you.
Did?
Many years ago. That's when you're doing your show on another station. We won't talk about them. I don't even know if they exist anymore.
They do, but not in the same shape. No.
But over the years, and this is what you don't understand this when you're 23, 24, 25 years old, when you get into this business or any business. But as you get older, you start to realize how many people you get to help them get their career started along the way. And I know I was an intern for you, and there's a lot of people who have come through and answered phones and run ball games for you, whether it was over there or over on RVC now. But you've impacted a lot of people's career, helped get them, get that first experience in commercial radio. And I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but it's probably at least a few dozen along the way. Paul, have you ever thought about that? How many people that you've helped just get that first step into commercial radio?
I thought about it a little bit more with this award that came up, because they wanted video, and we're in radio, and I don't have video of me doing radio.
Yeah.
And so I had to go dig
Who
deep.
wants to put radio on video?
Exactly. How crazy this is. So what had to happen was I had to go dig back into the archives and find photos of me at events. And I found a great photo of you because Dave had to have a photo. He's like, I got to have a photo.
Did he have hair back then?
He did have hair. He looked good. He looked,
this is a choice, by the way.
He looked good. He looked good, and he was happy. He had to have a photo, so that made the video, by the way, the highlight video. And there were a few people who spoke, and I've had people outside of the market as well that I've worked with who've meant a lot to me. And so it was a nice mix of people who spoke on my behalf. And I was sitting there going, wow, it's so rewarding just to know that, hey, I had a little bit of a hand in where they're at right now and what they're doing, and I'm so proud of them. We all know. I don't know if you know Luke Creasy. Dave's familiar with him.
He works for the state now.
Works for the state.
Yeah, he moved to the dark side.
He did, but he went with me on this trip, and he's someone who has done well that I've had a pretty good friendship with ever since, like Dave here. It's just not, hey, okay, you're an intern, great. Yeah, good luck. It's, you keep contact with a lot of people, and you still reach out to them to this day, see how they're doing, or they reach out to you. Mm-hmm. And I feel blessed that I've had that ability to be able to have someone to reach out to, or someone reach out to me.
Take a wild shot here. You wake up every morning excited, don't you?
Always. Absolutely.
Good for you.
Yeah, no, I do, because it's another day. It's another opportunity. because if I had a bad night, a bad day, because I'm my worst critic, absolutely. I'll beat myself up all day and night long if I felt like I didn't do something up to, what was good enough. But I get another opportunity in the morning to do it again, or put that behind me and just have that opportunity. Like, okay, let's go and let's make that better. Let's do it better. Let's get after it.
Paul Swann, WRVC Radio. Did I get that right?
WRVC.
No. Okay, because we're WVRC.
Yeah, you're WVRC, which I do have an award with WVRC on it. They misprinted.
Did they do?
They did. It's at my desk at the office. They did misprint.
That was for the college. I call it the post game show.
I think it was actually.
Or was the pre-game show?
No. I think it was for the talk show.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't messed up the post game show.
They get you a new one. Just let you keep that one too.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
okay,
I've got. Yeah, that's just like a nice little thing there, and I show it off now and then. When we were doing the 100th anniversary for the radio station, Mike Buxer came by, and I showed him the award, and he kind of got a giggle out of it as well.
Great guy.
So he's fantastic as well. But and I get to work for a radio station that's been on the air for over 100 years.
Awesome.
How amazing is that?
Awesome.
Paul, hey, thanks for stopping by, bud.
I appreciate it. Thank you for the invite. I look forward to coming back next time. And you've got which baseball game today for us?
I've got the next one coming up. So Shady Spring and St. Albans, and then later tonight I'll have Morgantown Hurt.
Okay, and we'll be listening on the radio. And
I'll be there.
It's been fun listening.
All right, Paul. Hey, thanks for stopping by, bud.
Thanks,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Take a break. Back in a moment. This is Talkline from the campus of Marshall University. Back after this.
The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program has been a huge success. High school juniors from all across the state have applied, and we're down to 15 finalists. Now, we need your help. Please go to WVMetroNews.com and vote for your favorite finalist. By casting your vote, you can help determine who will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan. That includes room, board, tuition, and fees. Just log on to WVMetroNews.com, click the Vote Now button, and cast your vote. You have until midnight, June 14th, to help us change the life of a West Virginia student and their family forever. Cast your vote today by clicking the Vote Now button at WVMetroNews.com. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar is supported by Greer Industries, the West Virginia Hospital Association, ZMM Architects and Engineers, the West Virginia Farm Bureau, Friends of Coal, and of course, Metro News. Vote now at WVMetroNews.com and help us change the life of a West Virginia student forever.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
As West Virginia takes their shot at glory in Omaha and captures the nation's attention, West Virginia businesses are building for the future. When it's time for a new medical facility, hospital expansion, historic renovation, auto dealership, apartment complex, sports complex, or church addition, trust the team that's been helping build West Virginia for more than 25 years. Jarrett Construction delivers design build, construction management, and general contracting services throughout the state of West Virginia. Visit jarrett-construction.com today. WV030133.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs in 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Download Metro News Television on your iPhone or Android. Search Metro News Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
At Daniel's Men's Store, exceptional style begins with a curated selection and finishes with a flawless fit. When it's time to buy a suit, Daniel's is here to make sure yours is one of a kind. Discover tailored suits you'll only find in-store at Daniel's.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the world.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Not ready to hit the Let me start over again. Jeez. Not ready to hit the upset alert button yet, but Ripley's leading Bridgeport 4-0, bottom of the fourth inning, Class AAA semifinals. Over at Jack Cook Field. All right, we'll tell you what's coming up. Hour number 2 went a little bit long. We got to squeeze in our final break. Back in a moment. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios on the road at Marshall University. Back in a moment.
Picture a community where every space tells a story. Those are the communities we're designing at ZMM Architects and Engineers. With a blend of creativity and technical expertise, we design spaces that inspire, innovate, and ignite change. From cutting-edge educational facilities to community-centric gathering spaces, we're committed to improving lives through design. Let us help you shape a brighter future for generations to come. Because at ZMM, it's more than architecture. It's about building your legacy.
Are you ready to reach the finish line of retirement? At the Stike team at Wealth Enhancement Group, we provide comprehensive guidance for retirement planning in West Virginia. With years of experience, we'll draft a plan tailored for your unique goals. Whether you're just starting or nearing retirement, we make the process as simple as possible, easy, and stress-free. Visit wealthenhancement.com/Stike to set up a complimentary consultation and get started on your plan today. Let's work toward your dream retirement together.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
They say you can't take the lottery with you. But now, you can play anywhere, anytime with iPlay, the West Virginia Lottery's official app. From Cooper's Rock to the Greenbrier River, from the bleachers to your living room, iPlay goes where you do. Safe, simple, and always West Virginia proud. Play anywhere, anytime. Download iPlay today. iPlay, the fun, secure way to play, wherever life takes you. 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs in 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Greg Carey just posting on X. West Virginia's Steve Sabins, the recipient of the 2026 Mike Martin National Coach of the Year Award by the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association. We'll check in with Greg Carey coming up later on in hour number 2. He'll join us from Omaha. Chris Stirewalt stops by as well. Got a lot to catch up with Chris about. That's coming up as we get into the second hour of Metro News Talkline on Metro News. For 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, not excuses.
Still warm to hot and very humid today. We have heat advisories, but locally out east. Into areas, the Panhandle, heat index value near 100 degrees, so still take precautions because of the heat. As we're stacking up to major heat risks out there, so if you're out and about for your Friday, be sure to plan accordingly for all the heat and humidity that's still going on. Had a high at 90 and a low at 70 yesterday in Charleston. Some areas of the state may be waking up near a daily warm record low. And here comes our cold front now, working into our hot and humid air mass. We have stacking a marginal to slight risk of severe weather. Find your spot on the map. Dark greens where isolated severe weather is possible, scattered in the yellow. Mainly for damaging winds. Some large hail can't be ruled out as well. And so that potential of some locally heavy to excessive rain, we do have a marginal risk of excessive rain for much of the state. This is for local, again, this time, of some flash flood potential. At 7 a.m., should be waking up dry for most or all of us. Then showers will be possible in the morning out west. And then more likely as the day goes on. It's the afternoon and evening will be most favored for some of that very heavy rain locally. And the strong to severe thunderstorms. Fly Survey forecast, it starts at home. Again, a lot of spots active and unsettled with heat and showers and storms as well. Washington, D.C. near 95. Charlotte near 98 today. From Panhandle to Panhandle, low to mid-80s this time to the north. Showers and storms likely. To the east, again, heat advisories for the Panhandle. Highs low to mid-90s, but again, we'll feel hotter with that heat index. Upper 70s up in the high elevations. To the east to west here, again, 90s to the east. And mid-80s to the west, rain and storms likely, and to the south we'll watch for showers and storms as well. Less humidity tomorrow, but still warm 88, then showers and storms likely on Sunday with a high near 86 degrees, 70s next week.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Second hour of MetroNews Talkline. We're in the Encova Insurance Studios on the road on the campus of Marshall University this week. High school baseball state tournament continues. Class AAA and 4A semifinals today. In fact, upset alert. It's official. Bottom of the 5th inning. Ripley leads Bridgeport 4-0, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, in a game that is humming right along, by the way. So that's going on over at Jack Cook Field. Our second Class AAA semifinal of the day will feature St. Albans and Shady Spring coming up about 1 o'clock this afternoon. 4A semifinals later on tonight. Right at the end of the first hour, I mentioned over at I think we've got the story posted already at WVMetroNews.com, but Greg Carey posting on X from Omaha. Steve Sabins has been named the National Coach of the Year. A couple hours ahead of game time out in Omaha against Troy. We'll check in with Greg Carey coming up about 11:45 this morning. We will actually interrupt steam release because it's not every day you go to Omaha. So we'll interrupt steam release for Greg Carey's report from Omaha coming up a little bit later on in the hour. It's been a couple of weeks since we talked to friend of the show, Chris Stirewalt. He's been busy. We've been busy. So we tracked him down today. Please welcome back to the program the politics editor for The Hill and News Nation, host of The Hill Sunday on News Nation, senior fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, author of books on politics and media and more, Chris Stirewalt. Chris, good morning. It's been a while. Been a few weeks.
Whatever. You guys are dead to me. That's fine. You finally have me back, and it's by phone because you're doing Marshall Thundering Herd propaganda. I don't even know where to begin. Where would I even begin?
I got to admit, there's been a lot of propaganda this week, Chris. I will admit it.
I'm sure it's right, and this is because you people are so chagrined by the fact that the state of West Virginia is becoming a baseball state. And people are in love with the Mountaineer baseball team, as they should be, and is correct. And I'm sure it's just galling, but what can you do? What can you do?
Why do you say you people? Why are you including me in this?
No, I'm referring to him and his ilk.
Oh,
him,
okay.
Him,
all right.
The Bill Bissetts of the world.
Okay, all right, all right.
Cargo shorts and Marco t-shirts.
Cargo shorts. Hey, man, the most embarrassing thing I ever saw, a guy on the golf course wearing cargo shorts. I was just like, somebody yank this guy out of here. Who does
and
that?
it wasn't Bill Bissett?
It was not Bill Bissett.
Not Bill Bissett.
No, it was
Okay.
not. I'm just saying, who does that?
You've been following
Bill
this Mountaineer.
Bissett, that's who. We've already established. It's a Marshall thing.
You've been following this baseball program, Chris? Have you been watching
How
this?
would you
Have
not?
you been have you been educating the DC metro area about Mountaineer baseball?
Well, you know, it's funny. My youngest man-child was on this tip for quite a while, and I wasn't a believer, but boy, what a great team, what a great energy, and I'm going to say something really controversial, which is there's a lot about college football now that hurts my heart, right? There's a lot about college football that makes me sad, and I'm still there for it, and I'm excited and all that stuff. But boy, does the college baseball feel a lot more wholesome, and boy, does it feel a lot more like collegiate endeavor than whatever college football has become. And that Mountaineer team and the fans singing Country Roads, and it reminds me of what I used to love so much about WVU athletics, and it's really cool.
Well, Chris, they acknowledge it, too. You listen to the players in the postgame, and they talk about the pride that it is to play for the state of West Virginia. I want to adopt them. I want to put them in my will after I hear them say that. I mean, they just get it.
It's super cool, and it's the idea of the college baseball is messy. It is imperfectly done. You get 9-run innings. You get balks, sending runners home. It is a different. The pros have become such a sabermetricized exercise in efficiency, which is often very boring. And college baseball, these people are amateurs, and so you can see some that you're like, this guy's going to have an amazing professional career, but there are other guys who are not going to do that, and they're still in the game. And it's just, I don't know, it's just really great. It makes me really happy.
We will be checking in with Greg Carey, by the way, coming up a little bit later on this hour. Another update from Omaha ahead of today's game with Troy. Chris, the art of the bluff is that somebody's got to believe you'll actually do the thing you're bluffing that you will do. So when it comes to President Trump, I don't know what the bluff is anymore because I don't know who he's trying to bluff at this point.
Everyone.
Okay, fair enough.
Including himself.
Including himself. That's the as George Costanza said, and George Costanza is in many ways the model for his fellow New Yorker Donald Trump, which is it's not a lie if you believe it. And on many questions, you can see Donald Trump convincing himself of something as time goes on. It starts out with a ruse or with the nearest weapon to hand. He seizes on something that he thinks will work for him, and he gloms onto it. And then as he's selling, he becomes more convinced himself. I think that's how he ended up in this trap with Iran, which is, I expect that what history will tell us and what will come out as time goes by is that the people who were proponents of regime change in Iran and striking Iran, building on the success of the Midnight Hammer operation, laid out some scenarios. It might go like this. It might go like this. It might go like this. And the president didn't hear the two. Men have famously selective listening. And I don't think he heard the other scenarios in which he said, and we might need to use overwhelming force. We have to be ready to commit ground troops. We have to be ready for the way that this doesn't turn into Iraq is that we are ready for it to turn into Iraq, and that we have to be ready to bring overwhelming force, and we have to be ready to commit ground forces as necessary. We need to be aware of the downside potential here, or might be 5 to 6 weeks, might be a Venezuela style situation where we can take out the guy in charge, install somebody who wants to be more of a client, like the guy in Syria or what happened in Venezuela. But when the president went out and started talking about the conflict, he even used Venezuela as a verb. We're going to Venezuela it. We're going to get a patootie smoocher. We're going to get a client installed in Tehran, and then it's going to be easy. That was, I assume, a scenario that his advisors, that the Pentagon and Marco Rubio and others said that might happen, but I feel confident that the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and the Secretary of State also said, but also it could be this, and we better be ready for it. And I don't think Trump heard those other things. I think he grabbed a hold of the best case scenario, sold it to the public, and then when that didn't happen, there wasn't a plan B. And now I think the president is tired of it. I think he's frustrated by it. I think the gasoline prices are absolutely pummeling his coalition and disaffecting those lower propensity voters who like Trump but didn't become Republicans. I think those folks are very unlikely to want to see the Republic. They're certainly not going to be invested in the project of holding on to the House and Senate for Republicans.
All of the things you mentioned, the idea of American consumerism and how that will be affected by these oil prices, does he blink first?
Well, he's already blinked. We've already done the blinking, right? So we already
does he blink again?
That, well, what does that look like?
A 60-day LOI, I guess? I don't know.
So if what Iran has been saying is, yeah, we'll reopen the Strait of Hormuz, give us $20 billion. And how the president's problem with Israel is that the thing that he wants, Benjamin Netanyahu just gave a big speech to the people of Israel in which he said, we're happy for peace, but we are ready for war. And we're not going to tolerate an Iranian-backed militia in Lebanon striking targets inside Israel, and we'll do whatever it takes to do it. So when the president tells Benjamin Netanyahu to sit on his hands and not act, that's not something that Benjamin Netanyahu can do. That is not within the world of political reality for him, because the Israeli people are not going to tolerate it. They're not going to say, oh, it's bad for midterms if we counterstrike. We want to help. We want to help Susan Collins in Maine. So yeah, that's fine. We'll just stand down. So Netanyahu can't do what the president wants him to do. So the president is frustrated with that, and the Iranians know that by continuing to antagonize Israel, they go to the sharp point at which U.S. and Israeli interests diverge in the region. And he's out of money. Congress, they need a massive supplemental appropriation. They need it. Bill Cole, the chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, says August. The Congress has already voted to limit the president's powers. It's toothless for now, but there have been bipartisan, bicameral resolutions passed limiting the president's war powers. So how does he do to Iran what he says he's going to do? So the threats are, if you're the Iranians, you say he's not going to do it, and in order to reinstitute the kind of panic that he needs in the Iranians. So that's where you get back to civilization will die tonight. We're going to do all of this stuff. You got to ratchet it back up, but it's a less credible threat now because the situation that the president has so alienated his own party in Congress that the things that he could have done and could have gotten if he would have asked for it. I'll shut up by saying this is why you get Congress on the hook for this stuff first. The president wanted the shortcut. He was just going to start it, and then the 90 days would run, and by then it would be over, and I don't want to have to deal with giving people in Congress what they want. Not only did he not get authorization from Congress, but in the intervening months has alienated a number of members of his party in Congress by endorsing against them, by sending them things that they don't want to be sent and have to vote on. So he has made their lives worse, and they have no skin in the game. And as a consequence, he can't get the money or the authorization that he would need to be a more credible threat with Iran. So he is stuck at home, and he is stuck over there.
Chris, I guess it's a political calculation, but could Israel provide that off-ramp? Let Israel go in and strike Iran. We loosen the pickle jar, if you will. Why not let them go in and we back out of there then? Let Israel deal with the problem.
Iran is a huge country.
Mm-hmm.
Iran is giant. It is 90 million people. It is colossally large. Israel is a tiny little sliver of a country. It is much smaller than West Virginia. And it doesn't have a huge population. It is formidable in its military might, but it is formidable as a mostly defensive power, right? Mm-hmm. Israel is a porcupine. You come for us, you're going to get stuck. You're going to hate it. We're going to make you pay a very high price if you come after us. The whole message of the post-October 7th war was, if you mess with us, it is going to be really, really, really bad for you. Israel is not going to invade Iran, right? Israel does not have the manpower to go in. And what you would need is this. Here's the fundamental misunderstanding about why the president was wrong when he thought that you could Venezuela Iran. The people in Venezuela were not committed to a Chavista socialist regime. That's not that, right? It is a poor, relatively small country. And they were not multi-generationally committed to a big and important idea. The people in Iran, I think what the president did not understand is that when they say death to America, death to Israel, when they say those things, they believe those things. Those are not things, they're not bluffing. When they say that they believe in this radical form of Shia, when they are committed to the idea of these things, it's not everybody in Iran, but it's not nobody in Iran. And dealing with what is essentially a faith that is suicide cult is wrong, but it is an eliminationist, apocalyptic worldview that does not do well with the we said things, you said things, let's just do a deal and everybody's going to get rich.
Chris, I have to ask you, will you be attending this weekend's UFC contest on the lawn of the White House? And as you do, depending on who is victorious and who loses, do you imagine that spectators will be able to look up at the Truman balcony and see President Trump standing with his thumb parallel and either go up or down, depending on what happens throughout that contest?
Let me try to be less of a snob for a second and say there's a world in which you could do an exhibition of ultimate fighting in Washington, D.C. You could even do it on federal property. There's even a way you might even do it at the White House. Here's what you can't do. What you can't do is have it be for profit.
Yeah.
And this is really ugly. The Bud Light sponsorship signs strewn around public land, the exclusive broadcast rights for Paramount Plus, the gambling, that's the thing. If the president had said Ultimate Fighting is a uniquely American expression and we're going to have an exhibition match and we're going to stage it during the day in Washington, D.C., and I'm going to go do it in the same way you might do it for some other weird sport, right? That you say, like, we're going to actually do it, and I know people are not going to like it because there's bloodshed and there's all this stuff. But turning Abraham Lincoln's monument into a vehicle for profit for the friends of the administration is obscene. It's profane. And America is awesome because America is wild and free and reckless sometimes. And that the spirit of America, very well expressed in Montanai Semper Liberi, The wildness of us and the dangerousness of us is a great thing. It comes at a high cost, but it has been important to America's success. So maybe we do ultimate fighting, and maybe Europeans think that that's gauche or whatever, and that's fine. That is fine. But there are some things that are important. And what we're doing here is taking things that are important and we're turning them into crass commerce. We're turning them into filthy lucre for people who are politically connected to the government and power. And that's shameful.
Chris Stirewalt, you can watch him Sunday mornings on The Hill on News Nation. He is the politics editor for The Hill, News Nation, The Hill Sunday. Chris, we appreciate it. We have to return several text messages to Bill Bissett now, so we'll talk to you next week.
Well, he's got it. He'll find his phone in one of his pockets.
Talk to you next week, Chris. Thank you, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Coming up, more from Omaha, plus steam release. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios.
As West Virginia takes their shot at glory in Omaha and captures the nation's attention, West Virginia businesses are building for the future. When it's time for a new medical facility, hospital expansion, historic renovation, auto dealership, apartment complex, sports complex, or church addition, trust the team that's been helping build West Virginia for more than 25 years. Jarrett Construction delivers design build, construction management, and general contracting services throughout the state of West Virginia. Visit jarrett-construction.com today. WV030133.
Approach your retirement with confidence. With over 150 years of combined experience, the advisors of the Stike team at Wealth Enhancement Group provide advice and wealth management strategies to individuals, families, small businesses, professional offices, and institutions. With the Stike team, you'll have access to an advising team with extensive resources, a client-first mindset, and a passion for helping transform the lives of those we serve. Visit wealthenhancement.com/Stike today and join the team that's dedicated to your success.
Right now, America is hungry for energy, more power, more reliability, and more security. So here's a question worth asking. Why not coal? And why not now? West Virginia sits on one of the most abundant energy resources in the world. Generations of miners, proven infrastructure, and coal-fired power plants already delivering dependable, around-the-clock electricity. At a time when demand is surging and reliability matters more than ever, coal isn't a question mark, it's a solution. Today, there's robust support in West Virginia and Washington to strengthen American energy independence using the resources we already have. So again, we ask, why not coal? And why not now? Because when it comes to powering our homes, our hospitals, our economy, and new opportunities, West Virginia Coal is ready. A message from the Friends of Coal, powering America today and tomorrow.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Sunshine, open roads, and a new Toyota from Dan Cava Toyota World. Lease an all-new Camry for as low as $398 a month. All new Tundras now up to $8,000 off. All new Tacomas now up to $4,500 off, or lease as low as $399 a month. $7,500 off the new BZ or 0% financing for 72 months. We've got a Toyota for you at Dan Cava Toyota World in Fairmont. Shop the world.
Coming up, we will commence with steam release, even though we are on the road. We will interrupt steam release as well, because we're going to check in Omaha with Greg Carey. MetroNews Sports, again, Steve Sabins has been named the National Coach of the Year. He was given that award a little bit earlier this hour, and now he is and his team headed over to Charles Schwab Field for today's first-round matchup with Troy. That game starts at 2 o'clock out in Omaha. Greg's got you covered on WVMetroNews.com. Of course, the three guys are out there. They'll have post-game coverage as well. Over the website right now, keeping an eye on high school baseball Class AAA semifinals. Bottom of the sixth, 2 outs, and Ripley leads Bridgeport 4-1. So upset alert over at Jack Cook Field. Steam release coming up in 3 minutes. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255, and 304-TALK-304. That's the phone number. That is the text line. This is Talkline on Metro News. Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia. Right now it's 11:30. Let's get a news update with the Metro News Radio Network. Find out what's happening all across the great state of West Virginia.
Today's Metro News television forecast is brought to you by Salango Law. Get results, not excuses.
Still warm to hot and very humid today. We have heat advisories, but locally out east. Into areas, the Panhandle, heat index value near 100 degrees, so still take precautions because of the heat, as we're stacking up to major heat risks out there. So if you're out and about for your Friday, be sure to plan accordingly for all the heat and humidity that's still going on. Had a high at 90 and a low at 70 yesterday in Charleston. Some areas of the state may be waking up near a daily warm record low. And here comes our cold front now, working into our hot and humid air mass. We have stacking a marginal to slight risk of severe weather. Find your spot on the map. Dark greens where isolated severe weather is possible, scattered in the yellow. Mainly for damaging winds. Some large hail can't be ruled out as well. And still that potential of some locally heavy to excessive rain. We do have a marginal risk of excessive rain for much of the state. This is for local, again, this time, of some flash flood potential. At 7 a.m., should be waking up dry for most or all of us. Then showers will be possible in the morning out west. And then more likely as the day goes on. It's the afternoon and evening will be most favored for some of that very heavy rain locally. And the strong to severe thunderstorms. Fly Super forecast, it starts at home. Again, a lot of spots active and unsettled with heat and showers and storms as well. Washington, D.C. near 95. Charlotte near 98 today. From Panhandle to Panhandle, low to mid-80s this time to the north. Showers and storms likely. To the east, again, heat advisories for the Panhandle. Highs low to mid-90s, but again, we'll feel hotter with that heat index. Upper 70s up in the high elevations. To the east to west here, again, 90s to the east. And mid-80s to the west, rain and storms likely, and to the south we'll watch for showers and storms as well. Less humidity tomorrow, but still warm 88, then showers and storms likely on Sunday with a high near 86 degrees, 70s next week.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted Best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
The 2026 High School Baseball State Championship. 4 classes, 4 champions, 1 unforgettable day. From first pitch to final out, the 2026 West Virginia High School Baseball State Championship, presented by Toyota, Saturday, June 13th. Watch live on Metro News Television, Facebook, and YouTube. Available on mobile, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, LG TV, and select Samsung Smart TVs.
Today's Metro News television forecast.
304 Talk 304 is the text line. 800-765-8255. That is the phone number. We're going to pivot and go to Omaha first, and then we'll get to steam release here in just a moment. 800-765-TALK's the phone number. 304 Talk 304 is the text line. CityNet is West Virginia's local internet provider. High-speed, reliable fiber internet is probably right at your front door, and now is the perfect time to connect. Tax dollars are helping expand broadband access across West Virginia. CityNet makes that investment a reality. More rural communities have access to true high-speed internet. Local customer support you can trust. Perfect for working from home, streaming, gaming, running your business, whatever the case may be. Fast, reliable fiber internet built for everyday life. When it's high-speed internet you need, citynet.net connects, protects, and perfects. 304 Talk 304 is the text line. 800-765-8255, the phone number. Yes, we are going to get to steam release, trying to get connected with Greg Carey. If Ethan would just turn off the soccer game and make that connection.
It did start today, didn't it?
Yeah, World Cup starting today.
You pulling for USA, I hope, unlike some other people?
Yes. Why would you root for any other country?
Well, we talked about that yesterday. There were some people that may or may not be associated with this broadcast.
All right, Ethan's having trouble connecting. All right, we've pivoted once. We pivot back around. Ethan, hit the open, please.
I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
Yes, even with baseball in Omaha, we've got high school baseball going on. We're on the road. We still will offer this opportunity to you to vent and get it all off your chest. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That's the phone number. You can text your steam to 304 Talk 304. Same rules apply. You can vent about whatever it is you want, including the host, past, present, or even future host. You may also vent about, you can vent about Ethan if you like, but whatever. We may not respond, and all we ask is that you please do not get us sued and or fired. 800-765-TALK's the phone number, 800-765-8255, 304 Talk 304. Ethan, do we have Bill ready? Bill is ready? All right, well, we're going to take a chance. Okay, let's go to Bill. Bill, what is your steam, buddy?
Hey, TJ, Northern Outpost there. Yeah, as an 80-year-old man who wears cargo shorts occasionally to play golf in, and I shoot in the 80s, I'm not sure you ought to get out of your lane because I haven't seen you in tartan stockings and knickers on any of the social media. And you're never going to look as good as Payne Stewart did. So I suggest you just stay in your lane and talk about your wardrobe of shirts and kind of stay away from the shorts.
Bill, thank you for the phone call, buddy. Appreciate it. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. Let's go to Jim in Morgantown. Hey, Jim, what's your steam?
Guys, we have a Jell-O shot competition going on right now in Omaha, Nebraska. And all I'm saying, instead of spending $5 on a 30-cent Jell-O shot, why don't we be smart about this and start a fund? $5 per person, $10 per person fund. Keep these savings at WVU. Call the West Virginia Athletic Department. Ask them how you can donate your $5 Jell-O shot to the Steve Savings at WVU Fund. The reigning Coach of the Year. Come on, people. Be smart.
Jim, appreciate the phone call. Let's stick with the phones. Let's go back to Charleston. Hey, Bob. Bob, you're on steam release.
I find it kind of odd that most people are remorseful and repentant when they sin, but gays are actually proud of their sin.
Bob, appreciate the phone call. 800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That's the phone number. 304 Talk 304 is the text line. Let's get some text teams, TJ.
The opposition to Marl was tripartisan. Libertarian candidate for state senate and party chair Taylor Richmond was also there, but they only pictured elected officials. Hoppy needs his ears merch on. He'll get asked directions from people thinking he's a local. Has the Omaha insurance guy looked down, according to the text. Pretty good.
That's not bad.
Have you guys seen the latest Iran negotiations Trump is having with himself? It's kind of getting embarrassing. I hope tanking the Republican Party doesn't mean tanking America also. Morning, TJ. Republicans say that government doesn't work. Then we elect Republicans and they prove it. If capitalism really works, why is the government always using my tax dollars to bail out inefficient businesses? 304 Talk 304. When you speak to the guys in Omaha, can you ask them to pass along to the baseball team that the greater Charleston area is insane right now with love for these guys? We're not getting any work done today because of this. The hype and the energy is too strong to do anything today except to wait for this game. We believe in you. You can do this. The reverb with some interviews is extremely irritating. Editor's note, we are working on the technical difficulties. Please ask Stirewalt about the death of ambassadorships and if that's affecting the present conflict. Chris Stirewalt is the high point of your show each week. His intellect is good for West Virginia to hear. What is Chris Star Wars think about under Biden, him having men? I'm not reading that. I don't know if I can say that word. Sorry. You know what they say about opinions. Everybody's got one, and they all stink. And Chris Staggerwall, your opinion stinks.
Let's go back to the phones where we leave off. Dale in Morgantown. Hey, Dale.
The residents of Monongalia County voters and citizens are demanding a debate between Chris Rhodes and TJ Meadows. Chris Rhodes must demonstrate his understanding of the electrical grid and the PJM interconnection immediately. This must be addressed right now. Thank you.
You are welcome, Dale. Let's go back to the phones. Junior. Hey, Junior.
TJ, what the hell's going on in the damn phone line? My Lord. We got better service out on Fish Creek. Anyway, my theme is your buddy Howie Monroe was bragging yesterday about his son going to all-you-can-eat shrimp at Red Lobster. You know, that fine dining experience. All-you-can-eat 11 plates of shrimp. 11! Gluttony. And it gets better, though. Then after they ate all them, he went down to his daddy's house. He had to buy toilet paper. I can't imagine why. Oh, my God. Hoppy, Howie, hang it up, bitches.
800-765-TALK, 800-765-8255. That's the phone number. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to check in with Greg Carey in Omaha. More of your steams to come as well. This is Talkline on Metro News from the Howe Insurance Studios on the campus of Marshall University this week.
Located in the heart of West Virginia, Bridgeport is the place to play. Endless indoor and outdoor recreation opportunities, including the Bridgeport Complex, coupled with a dynamic food scene, make Bridgeport the perfect getaway destination for couples and families. Explore unique shopping and pick from a wealth of lodging options to find something perfect for your needs. Explore the heart of West Virginia in Bridgeport. Learn more about all there is to do at greater-bridgeport.com.
In West Virginia, community is everything. It's about showing up for each other. Vin Salango and the team at Salango Law don't just work here, they live here, proudly sponsoring local events and giving back to the neighborhoods they love. So when you're facing a serious injury, trust the local team that's always in your corner. They spent over 25 years fighting for West Virginia families. Salango Law. Get results, not excuses. Visit us at salangolaw.com.
The 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program has been a huge success. High school juniors from all across the state have applied, and we're down to 15 finalists. Now, we need your help. Please go to wvmetronews.com and vote for your favorite finalist. By casting your vote, you can help determine who will win a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan. That includes room, board, tuition, and fees. Just log on to wvmetronews.com, click the Vote Now button, and cast your vote. You have until midnight, June 14th, to help us change the life of a West Virginia student and their family forever. Cast your vote today by clicking the Vote Now button at WVMetroNews.com. The 2026 West Virginia Scholar is supported by Greer Industries, the West Virginia Hospital Association, ZMM Architects and Engineers, the West Virginia Farm Bureau, Friends of Coal, and of course, Metro News. Vote now at WVMetroNews.com and help us change the life of a West Virginia student forever.
As West Virginia takes their shot at glory in Omaha and captures the nation's attention, West Virginia businesses are building for the future. When it's time for a new medical facility, hospital expansion, historic renovation, auto dealership, apartment complex, sports complex, or church addition, trust the team that's been helping build West Virginia for more than 25 years. Jarrett Construction delivers design build, construction management, and general contracting services throughout the state of West Virginia. Visit jarrett-construction.com today. WV030133.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs in 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
West Virginia's data center debate is moving fast. In this 3-part series, I look at the issue from 3 sides.
The end goal is to facilitate data center investment in West Virginia in strategic locations that make sense.
We really want to support local development that works for our county.
We go out into the community before we make the final decision.
State of Minds presents the pertinent perspectives. Watch and make up your own mind.
The best selection of WVU apparel is at Daniel's Men's Store. Exclusive designs you won't find anywhere else. Stylish, sophisticated, and unmistakably mountaineer. Shop in store or online at danielsofmorgantown.com.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong.
MetroNews Talkline is presented by Encova Insurance, encircling you with coverage to protect what you care about most. Visit Encova.com to learn more.
Let's go to Omaha for a couple of minutes. Check in with Metro News Sports' Greg Carey, where the Mountaineers are getting set to take on the Troy Trojans in the first ball game from Omaha. This Metro News update from Omaha brought to you by Jarrett Construction. Right on time, right on budget. Call on Jarrett Construction, license number WV030133. And, well, the first big news of the day, Greg, first of all, good morning. Steve Saban's named National Coach of the Year this morning.
Yeah, and good morning to you, Dave. Yes, they just wrapped up a press conference within the last 15, 20 minutes here inside of Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, and obviously a very prestigious honor for Steve Saban. He is the recipient of the National Coach of the Year in 2026, as voted on by members of the National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association. Just a little bit of some background on that award. All Division I Conference Coaches of the Year, as well as the 8 participants in the College World Series, those are the coaches that are eligible for this award. So while Saban's was not named Big 12 Coach of the Year, obviously, West Virginia's postseason run was taken into account for this, and he and Ren Baker shared a few thoughts, and we have the story up at the website already on at WVMetroNews.com. But certainly a very special start to the day for Steve Saban.
Give us a flavor of what Coach had to say when he took the podium, Greg.
Yeah, just a lot of general thoughts on how these are team awards. Credited the assistants, obviously credited the players for their buy-in and belief, and said that these kind of things are not possible without having the hardest working assistants in the country and so on and so forth. So, said he was very honored and grateful to be here, but obviously spent a lot of that press conference thanking the administration, the President Benson, Ren Baker, the Board of Governors, and all the people that have really helped take West Virginia's program to, the national stage that it'll be showcased on here in just a couple hours.
MetroNews Sports' Greg Carey joining us from Omaha. Have you made your way to the stadium? Set the scene for us, Greg.
Yeah, arrived a couple hours ago, actually. That's where they had the press conference, was inside of the park today. So, fans are not filing in yet, but the West Virginia Mountaineers team had arrived early, and I thought maybe Sabins would come over separately, but I've seen a number of West Virginia players that have, begun to stretch in the bullpen and have worked on, fielding some ground balls and such. But the scene around the stadium, very neat. There's a lot of fan-friendly experiences here with fan villages, food trucks and such. So certainly this event has played up very well. My first time being here, but I've been very impressed in the 2 days that I've been here so far. It's a really neat experience.
Just quickly, a couple of minutes here, Greg, taking on Troy. What do you think the key is going to be for West Virginia today to win this opener, stay in the winner's bracket?
I mean, for West Virginia, it's been kind of an interesting tale because they've had a big power surge since May, essentially. They've hit a lot of home runs over the last 25% of the season after really not doing so for the better part of the first 40 games. This is a pitcher-friendly park. I will say that the forecast and wind projections show the wind to be blowing out this afternoon, so it may not play as pitcher-friendly as some of the dimensions, but just going through some of the history recently, there has not been a wealth of home runs in the Men's College World Series. You're looking at generally no more than about 1 to 1.2 per game over the last several years. So I think for West Virginia, the success starts with starting pitching and defense, and those are two areas where they've excelled this year. What'll be interesting is Troy has much better hitting statistics than pitching. So they have the highest ERA by a decent bit of any team in the College World Series, but they've got some sluggers in this lineup, and this is a team that's won 6 straight games. And I would caution anybody that kind of thinks Troy is a Cinderella story to just go through and look at their schedule. They beat Georgia in the regular season, which is basically the odds-on favorite to win this thing. They also beat Alabama in the regular season. They beat Miami and Florida to advance out of that Gainesville regional. So they have played a very, very challenging schedule, and that's a big reason why they're here.
Greg will have post-game coverage later this afternoon at WVMetroNews.com. Greg, enjoy it, buddy. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Have a good day.
You as well. Greg's update from Omaha brought to you by Jarrett Construction. Right on time, right on budget. Call Jarrett Construction, license number WV030133. Back to your steams to wrap up the week when we return. This is Talkline from the Encova Insurance Studios on the campus of Marshall University.
Hey, this is Brad Howe for your local internet provider, CityNet. For years, rural communities in West Virginia waited for reliable, high-speed internet. Now, fiber is most likely at your front door. Public investment helped build the opportunity, and CityNet delivered the service to homes and businesses just like yours. With free equipment, free installation, no contract, and local support you can count on, switching to fiber has never been easier. Fast downloads, smooth streaming, better connections for work, school, and everyday life. When it's high-speed internet you need, CityNet.net connects, protects, and perfects.
Building a stronger West Virginia isn't just a dream, it's a mission. The High Technology Foundation knows economic diversity is the key. For over 30 years, they've been dedicated to transforming the state's economic landscape. Conveniently located in the heart of West Virginia, innovation, growth, opportunity, all under one roof. There's no need to look far for change. It's happening right here at the High Technology Foundation in North Central West Virginia. Visit WVHTF.org to learn more.
At WVU Medicine, innovation is redefining men's health. Our specialists use advanced techniques like no needle, no scalpel vasectomy, and cutting-edge procedures for infertility. We offer precise vasectomy reversals, targeted solutions for pain, and the latest in testosterone replacement therapy, all designed to improve outcomes and recovery. For appointments, call 855-WVU-CARE or visit WVUmedicine.org/urology.
They say you can't take the lottery with you. But now, you can play anywhere, anytime with iPlay, the West Virginia Lottery's official app. From Cooper's Rock to the Greenbrier River, from the bleachers to your living room, iPlay goes where you do. Safe, simple, and always West Virginia proud. Play anywhere, anytime. Download iPlay today. iPlay, the fun, secure way to play, wherever life takes you. 18 plus to play. Play responsibly.
You're listening to Talkline on Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I'm Sean Kovich, Mountaineer Golf Coach. When disaster strikes your home, business, or golf game, call the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs in 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. Take your pick from our massive selection. Now up to $5,500 off select new Acadias and 3.9% for 60 months. The great deals continue with our large selection of quality pre-owned vehicles. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the road.
Producer Ethan updating us. Interstate 79 southbound in Marion County. The interstate is completely shut down. People were being diverted off of exit 146. I believe that's Goshen Road. He sends along a picture. There's a car upside down. There's a car sideways on top of the upside down car. That's a pretty tricky area. There's construction in that area as well. So be aware, I-79 southbound headed down in Marion County. Completely shut down due to a vehicle accident this hour. Let's get some text in here before we clear the way for the top of the hour. But first, let me remind you, jackpots are growing in West Virginia. Powerball hits Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Mega Millions lights up Tuesdays and Fridays. 5 chances a week to get in on life-changing jackpots. Play in store and online. 18 plus to play. Please play responsibly. Powerball jackpot is $258 million. Mega Millions jackpot's $413 million. Go ahead, play today. Text steams, TJ.
Persia has been a world influencer for thousands of years, an empire controlling vast parts of the Asia and Europe in history. Yes, they would like to be like North Korea, where they are left alone. They can also hold a grudge, being mortal enemies of Sunnis and probably still waiting to get back at the Greeks from stuff thousands of years ago. Steam, if you think producer Ethan did a good job pronouncing names, ask him to pronounce actual hard countries in the Middle East. Those names in his hick Weemstown accent? I think I got that right.
Yeah.
Dead animals all over the interstate. Tell the lawmakers to start addressing the issue and include animal crossings in new construction. I figured Ethan would be in Omaha with his wiener dog, Little Wendell. Let's go Mountaineers. 304 Talk 304. Hopping only comes out when the spotlight's on and there's a free trip, says the texter. Is the White House a travesty? ? I just got back from a week-long trip on Capitol Hill. The city is clean and does feel safer. It wasn't long ago the sidewalks around the White House were covered with drug addicts, tents, and many who claim to be homeless. If you can't find work in D.C., you're a liar. Dave and TJ, Social Security is going broke and Congress is still spending money. Pay down the deficit. Vote out those who spent our tax dollars with no accountability to balance the budget. I'm not going to talk about Hoppy and Jello shots. I'm just not going there. This is Rod from Fairmont. I'm getting sick and tired of my buddy calling me with his problems. Now he's all upset and told me guys, why do you do this to me?
See, I'd already read that one.
Yeah,
I just want to see how far
you're
you were
going to see if I go into it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any pepperoni rolls being sold? Be cool to get Nebraskans and Troy fans to try them, Dave.
Probably not, but maybe Greg took some with. Maybe the three guys took some pepperoni rolls with them. That'd have been a nice gesture, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Hey, big thanks again this week to Mike Stanley. He's the operations manager here for WMUL, kind of the communications building. He has kept us on the air and on the video stream all week long. Big thanks to Mike and the good folks here at my alma mater, the Marshall Journalism School, for allowing us to use their studios this week. They've been gracious hosts. Brad Smith welcoming us to campus as well. So thanks to all of them. Thanks to Ethan, Sophia, and Jake for keeping things back on the tracks.
Great job.
At the Control Center in Morgantown. We're back in the studios. Regular show on Monday and Tuesday, and then we go to West Virginia Wesleyan on Wednesday. We'll talk to you then. This is Talkline on Metro News for 40 years, the voice of West Virginia.